Hello all, welcome to Ananya Saripali's YouTube channel. Okay, so my third video is about the revolt of 1857 and British rule in India. Now, in this video, we will be learning about the history of the British rule, which means how British have entered India and how they have ruled for the rest of the years. And we'll also be learning about the Sepoy Mutiny, which is also known as the Revolt of 1857. Let's begin. So, viewers, who is he? Yes, Vasco da Gama. So are you eager to learn his history? Yes? Come on, let's read. He is a Portuguese explorer who explored a sea route to India. And where did he land? Of course, yes, at Calicut, Kerala. Then what happened for the trading? Of course, they would ask Indians to trade with the other countries. Then what happened? We have joined our hands with Portuguese, Dutch, French, and British. Now, in our next slide onwards, you will be seeing how British treated us in India, which is also known as Bharat. So my third slide is about the British rule in India. And this is a picture of where the British was fighting with us. And our first point, who allowed the British to trade with India? Yeah. The British came to India in the year 1902 and they asked the Mughal emperor. Which emperor? Mughal emperor, who were ruling for 400 years, correct? And asked the Mughal emperor Jahangir. So that Mughal emperor is none but Jahangir. For the trade in India, permission has been given to the British, which means Jahangir, this Mughal emperor Jahangir, has given permission to these British people to trade with India. A second point, the British was almost ruling the country. See, within 2 years, our country was in the hands of British. And so, in these 2 years gap, how should I explain it? The discontent among the Indians has started. Discontent in the sense? Yes, farmers have to grow only indigo and opium crops, send it in a higher price, and salaries too, they are getting it in a lower price. And these farmers even have to pay heavy taxes. Isn't it unjust? It is, right? Then, after all this discontent, the third point is, before this revolt only, we were forced to use the cartridges which are greased with cows and pigs' fat. Right? These cartridges, which are also known as the Enfield rifle, the Enfield rifles were greased with the cows and pig's fat. Am I right? Yes. Then the first soldier who protested against the cartridges is none but Mangal Pandey. Mangal Pandey was the first soldier to protest against these cartridges in a very horrible way, in a very violent way. Then Mangal Pandey was later hung on 8th April 1857. And I think during the 10th May, the revolt has started. Let's see. He is none but Mangal Pandey. He is Mangal Pandey. The revolt started on 10th May 1857. When did it start? Yes, on 10th May 1857. And where did it start first? In Meerut. Then it has spread to the places like Delhi, Kanpur, and which was also known as Kaunpur before. I'll tell you the spelling. Lucknow, Jhansi, Gwalior, Faizabad, Ara, and Bareilly. So these were the places where the revolt has spread. First, it started at Meerut. Then it spread to the other places like Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Jhansi, Gwalior, Faizabad, Ara, and Bareilly. This is the first point. The second point is, so now we will be having a few members who will be leading a movement or who will be leading a war or a small group of revolutionaries. So this revolt, this Sepoy Mutiny was led by Nana Sahib, Tantia Tope, Begum Hazrat Mahal, and Jhansi ki Rani Lakshmi Bai. So the commander-in-chief, so to take care of the soldiers, we'll be having a commander-in-chief, right? In Hindi, we'll call it as Senapati. So the commander-in-chief in this war, in this revolt, was Bahadur Shah Zafar. The last Mughal emperor was Bahadur Shah Zafar, and he was only the commander-in-chief in this revolt of 1857. Then of course he would be defeated. He was defeated and sent on exile to Burma, now Myanmar. Now my fifth slide is about after the consequences after the revolt, after the Sepoy Mutiny. So he is Bahadur Shah Zafar, and you will be seeing the consequences after the revolt of 1857. The 400 years of Mughal rule. So as I told you in the starting, the Mughals were ruling India for 400 years, right? Now that Mughal rule came to an end. Some local rulers, which means the Union Territories. Some local rulers were allowed to rule the territories but were under the British rule. The territories were allowed to rule but were under the British rule itself. Now the rule of East India Company also ended. With the help of British East India Company only, right, these discontents started. Right. Now even that came to an end. Now, India was directly governed by the British Parliament. Now, these British people did not bring the East India Company here to India and they ruling. They have abolished the East India Company and they were directly ruling India with the British Crown and the Parliament. Okay? The British government appointed a Governor General, a general to rule the country. So the government of British have appointed a Governor General, which means the Viceroy, to rule the country. Like he was also like a president. So a Viceroy before, the Viceroy would rule the country. And he was also known as the Viceroy. Who was our first Viceroy? He was Lord Canning. Our fifth point. The revolt laid down the foundation for the future freedom struggle and awakened the Indians. Which means after the revolt, we Indians got patriotism and we fought for it along. And that is the one consequence, one of the best points I like about it. That's why I have added this point in my presentation. It awakened the Indians to fight with the British until and unless they left our country. It inspired the Indians and soon the Indian independence movement started. After all, what happened? They were revolutionaries, radicals, INC, the Indian National Congress, and there were many more, Satyagraha. There were many. So thank you viewers. Hope you have liked it and please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you.